Something you need?
Yeah, what's the eye?
We maintain a star station in orbit above us. It's where we do all our deep space scanning. Vladimir runs the station. Brilliant astronomer. Years of practical experience.
What can you tell me about Barrett?
His mind is always somewhere, but there's no arguing his knack for being in the right place at the wrong time. Oh, too bad he couldn't see the artifacts coming together. But knowing him, he'll be so excited when he gets a look, it won't occur to him that he's missed anything. Okay.
Okay. Let's go. Back to where we came from.
Joke. Say those Varun zealots worship a snake. But let me tell you, it ain't a snake. It's some kind of celestial being. They call it the Great Serpent. Is it real? Hell if I know. But they think it is. And that makes them dangerous.
Right. Hey. Hey, way back. I'm lost. Wait.
Excuse me. Hello.
These orders can't be. Yes. Yes, sir. Consider it done. That must make you my Vanguard captain. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second-in-command. I heard you were instrumental in protecting the city from the attack. You have my gratitude.
I was also told the President wants us to get you into the Armistice Archives ASAP. So, we've got no time to waste. You know what the archives are, correct?
Correct.
Someone paid attention in current events. So, then you also know that it was originally managed by the 3 major galactic players. Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency, and requires a one-time use code from each of the 3 Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun.
Now, the UC's already on board, so that means we'll need to convince 2 people. The ambassadors of the Freestar Collective and House Varun to hand over their codes. Get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier said than done.
No problem, I'm just gonna need some electrodes, a tooth extractor, and some sodium pentath.
Very funny. This is going to be hard enough already. Both ambassadors have reasons they won't, or can't, work with us. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately, it'll be up to you to get them both to cooperate.
And I do mean cooperate. Threats and violence are off the table here. Though that doesn't mean we can't get creative.
But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing with. Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar, or Ambassador Balmore of House Varun?
Tell me about Ambassador Radcliffe.
The good Ambassador Radcliffe. She's a veteran of the Colony War, and her only goal in life is to make ours miserable. Now, officially, our office is suggesting you try and negotiate with her.
Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to lend her support.
And who knows? Maybe that'll work. Stranger things have happened. But my suspicion is we're going to have to rely on other tools to get her code.
No one can be that stubborn. Knew Atlantis was just attacked.
Never underestimate the universe's ability to surprise. That's why we have Plan B. UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the ambassador's living quarters, which we suspect you can use to your advantage.
But getting caught trespassing is a quick way to land yourself in an embassy holding cell.
So,
Thank
if you
God.
are going to try and access the device, you're going to need to find a way in there without being seen. Report suggests there's a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for intel. Maybe even convince to work with you.
Yeah, what can you tell me about the staff member?
Name's Cameron Long. He's younger than Ratcliffe, bears less of a grudge towards the UC. He works closely with the ambassador, making him a promising source for information on the ins and outs of embassy life, and someone who very likely hates her guts.
Any other things I should worry about in the embassy?
Yes, many. Don't steal anything. Don't get caught anywhere you're not supposed to. Absolutely do not harm anyone. If something goes wrong, we'll do our best to smooth things over, but I can't make any promises.
Alright. That's all the info on Radcliffe I need.
All right. Here, your diplomatic ID. I'll give them a heads up you're on your way. Not likely to let you through the door otherwise.
Tell me about Ambassador Almore.
Ambassador
Varun.
Balmore's a challenge. When the rest of House Varun retreated into seclusion shortly after the signing of the armistice, Balmore stayed here. He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests, so there's real hope he might again. Though claiming to know how a member of House Varun thinks is a quick way to earn yourself a psych eval.
Why, what's wrong with House Faroon?
Well, these days, they're primarily considered a security threat. House Varun Zealots, a fundamentalist outshoot of the group that stayed behind when the rest retreated into seclusion, want nothing more than to send everyone not dedicated to their cause to the great serpent in the sky. But that hasn't always been the case. After they ended the Serpent's Crusade about 70 years back, House Varun did take a real run at trying to normalize relations with the rest of the galaxy. It's why they have an embassy here in the first place, why they were included in the armistice negotiations. But then, without warning, they left, leaving behind, to our knowledge, just the ambassador and his duty under the armistice.
Yeah, I'm sure it can be reasoned with. They're people just like us.
Well said. There's no reason to assume they're any worse than us, despite their cultural beliefs.
Of course, but there is another wrinkle. We're not 100% sure Balmore's actually still alive. His public appearances were always rare, but it's been several years now since he last poked his head out. Scans of the facility show life signs, but not the kind we were expecting.
Your task is to find him and kindly but firmly remind him of his duties under the armistice.
What do I do if he's dead?
Then you search the embassy for his biometric key, collect your code piece, and we'll go about notifying his next of kin, if we can ever find them. But let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Wait, has no one actually been inside the embassy?
The embassy is still legally House Varun's sovereign territory, so we're not technically permitted inside. We've snuck in the occasional spy, of course, but the ambassador has proven more evasive than you'd expect for a man of his age. But we're quite sure he hasn't left the city. The man stands out.
What kind of life signs did you detect in the embassy?
The Varun delegation brought more than a few of their native flora with them when they set up in the embassy. It seems those plants have been allowed to flourish, making it hard for us to verify what's flora and what's ambassador.
Right, I'll track him down.
I have no doubt.
Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that should allow you access. Here, this device should get you all the way down to the embassy interior. Once you're inside, though, finding the ambassador is going to be up to you. And fair warning, we received a report that alarms might have been tripped inside the embassy during the attacks. Watch out for automated security in there.
Now, if you have additional questions or require clearance for a new approach we haven't already discussed, don't hesitate to ask. I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Radcliffe. Approach her while the attack is still fresh in her and her staff's mind. Be smart out there, Captain.
Wow, 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 let's go, go, go.
Hey.
Captain, Admiral Lo.
Keeping the skies safe out here on Vanguard business? Take care now.
Sorry, but I need sign-off from the Interstellar Affairs office before I can set foot in there. You gotta be kidding.
Maybe we should stop for a moment at the memorial. You know, to pay our respects.
Fine. Trust.
You are a visitor? You can go on through.
Alright.
Visitors are only allowed.
I'm going to be up front with you. I'm not happy visiting anything related to the Freestar Collective. But you lead, and I'll follow.
You're never happy about anything. Anything we do, you whinge about.
All that security, and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here?
Official business? Talk to the ambassador.
I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment?
Captain Cornelia.
Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. She said you were at the spaceport. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives. Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants terramorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy, in order to protect us all. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right.
You heard correctly, we need access.
I was afraid of that. Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. That information is there because it is dangerous. I will not be the one responsible for its release. Now, why don't you quit wasting my time and yours, and go?
Yeah, just have a listen to what I have to say.
You're really gonna push this? All right, I will give you one chance. One, to convince me. Understood.
Understood.
I'm listening.
Yeah, there are lives at stake here.
I suppose you might be right. Easy to lose sight of the big picture sometimes.
Terramorph Xeno weapon project was a failure. That knowledge isn't dangerous.
You know that for sure. That is interesting.
Numeral lives may hang in a decision here.
And those lives are in my hands. Well, Captain, you make some good points. But if I'm really granting you access, I'm gonna need the following concessions. Your access will be limited. You can only take out the items related to stopping these terramorphs. The monitors will make sure of it. You go in once, you get everything you need on your trip, and never again. And all research done with the data will be monitored. If this data is being used to save the galaxy needs to be involved in the oversight. Freestar scientists will watch your people like hawks. So, do we have an agreement?
Yeah, you push on it.
I'm sorry if you don't like the offer, but I refuse to be the person who lets such dangerous information be misused.
Yeah, I'll get back to you.
Well then, I guess you better get a move on.
This building is Freestar sovereign territory. So in here, we're the one.
Be careful if you run into those ecliptic jerks.
You expecting me to jump down after you?
Yeah?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Welcome back. Everything going well with the ambassadors?
Yeah, Radcliffe only gives the code if we allow Freestar monitors to observe the research.
Wait, you got her to agree? Without putting a gun to her head? And all she wants are monitors. Then what are you doing here? Yes, granted, we'll make the arrangements. Heavens above, we'll make them citizens. Just get back there before she changes her mind.
Not even a door there.
You're allowed 3 places. Conference room, lobby, or the ambassador's office. You set foot anywhere else, there's going to be problems.
Back at last. I presume the deputy was receptive to our proposal. Are we all in agreement?
Agreed.
Excellent. Follow me. They tell me it should only take a moment. And there. Here, it's not supposed to be a long process. It is for emergencies, after all.
Alright, thank you. Alright, now get the other code.
Yes, exactly. It's like when
It's a shame House Varun abandoned their embassy.
Submit your application. Nearest
Come on, Terry, you're so slow. is there anyone here?
This isn't what I expected at all. It appears the flora they were using as decor has overgrown the entire embassy.
Right. Sure to carefully read the user manual before changing friend or foe setting. Cancel.
I've never seen a tree like this before in my entire life. It'd actually be more fascinating if its branches weren't blocking our way. Can they be useful?
What's that? Another robot.
Come on, quit playing games.
You run straight past it. Come on, get out of the road. Calibrate. Alright, and activate robot. Credits. I'll recalibrate. Should be enough. Alright, now where's his next uniform? There's. Upstairs we go. Alright, they won't let us down there.
Well, I suppose they're not going to need it anymore.
Ow!
Can't take much more of this.
Robots. Where's the computer for these ones then? Oh yeah, take that thing. Get in that inaccessible door now. turret. Update that. Recalibrate. Right, let's go downstairs. Can't even find the way. There we are. Come on. Down the road.
What is it?
Dead.
So, what seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us. You have my thanks, and my apologies for the ordeal you just endured. Come, let us discuss.
Where are we off to?
Not the ideal introduction, I suppose, giving you a grand tour of the embassy via barely functioning intercoms. I do greatly appreciate your persistence. I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realized. But then again, who could cage such a beauty? Eh? Tell me though, what is it like outside? I heard the broadcast mentioning an attack. Then the embassy was struck with a power surge and then... silence. Has the rest of the city suffered quite so badly?
Yeah, the spaceport's in a rough shape, but not much else was damaged.
Is that right, huh? I shall need to have these repairs seen to sooner rather than later. Now, it cannot solely be the Serpent's grace that brought you here at such an opportune moment. You were sent by the UC. That much is obvious. Who else could just waltz through my door, hmm? And the broadcast spoke of terror morphs at the spaceport. A worrying occurrence, certainly, but coming here of all places, when all I could provide is some enthused cheerleading and... an archive code. So the UC requires information then. On terrormorphs, presumably, Do I see this all clearly?
Correct. We're going to use the data in the archives to better understand and stop these attacks.
Yeah, the preservation of life stands as the very purpose of the archives. Using its data to prevent more attacks, there is logic there. But if I am to grant you access, I have a requirement. For years, House Varun has been known only as an agent of slaughter. We founded this embassy with hopes of shedding that legacy. With little success. In exchange for my code, I require this. You must be the one who ensures it is used for good. Ensure House Varun's legacy is more than just carnage. The knowledge you ask for isn't evil. No knowledge is. It is we who bend it to evil ends. Oh, you must assure me this will be used to save lives, not endanger them.
Yeah, I'll make sure it's used for good.
As the chair of Constellation, I take personal responsibility in vouching for this man's integrity. He'll keep his word.
Well then, I shall not fear. Please, follow me.
When you have a few moments, there's something I'd like to discuss. Remember our last conversation, when you told me the artifacts made you feel like... Well, it got me thinking. So I dove into our archives and started looking through Constellation's older journal entries. So long.
We'll be so lucky next time the archives need to be accessed. Something to think on.
Remember our last conversation, when you told me the artifacts made you feel like you were being pulled across the entire galaxy? Well, it got me thinking. So I dove into our archives and started looking through Constellation's older journal entries. Just because I wasn't familiar with the experience you described, doesn't mean the same might have been true for my predecessor.
You never mentioned your predecessor before.
Really? I'm surprised that I haven't. After reading those journals, all of the pleasant memories of my time spent with Aja just started flooding back.
I feel like we're making some good memories of our own.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I didn't mean to compare. Those were just... oh, I don't know. Different times. Aja was the one that taught me the ropes at Constellation and took me under her wing as her protege.
Being paired with the boss must have been quite an honor.
Yeah, I thought so too. That's why I adopted her methods. You know, Aja and I logged quite a few interesting discoveries together. But it was the journey itself that I'll never forget. Exactly. For me, it was all about the quieter moments. There was nothing quite like sitting back and watching space bend while listening to Aja spin vivid stories to fill the time. Oh, I find that sort of cozy isolation the best way to really get to know someone.
Oh, I've noticed.
I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you. You know, all this talk about Aja reminds me that my time with her was a gift. I miss her dearly.
Sounds like you two are in love.
I respected her, and I considered her a dear friend, but we weren't in love. Had that been true, I would have resigned my post and moved to Parima 2 instead of remaining at Constellation. Come to think of it, if we're ever out that far, perhaps we could pay her a visit, and I could make proper introductions.
Well, hopefully I'm a suitable substitute.
Yeah, you'll do. Look, I don't expect you to be an exact copy of Aja. Your hunger for exploration, to pierce the veil and seek the unknown, it's a common bond that we share. I wouldn't have it any other way.
I'd like to discover more about what we have right here.
I don't know if I deserve to be that close to anyone right now. If you knew about the things that I've done, the way my life's unfolded, I think your opinion of me might change. Please, give me some time. I have to go.
The Great Serpent guide your path.
Great Serpent, that's your god, right?
The Great Serpent is so much more than a god. It is fate itself. When our founder, Jinan Varun, left the United Colonies 140 years ago for distant stars, it was the Serpent that compelled him to found his now great house. The Serpent made us who we are today. Its voice speaks to us, shepherding us through the dark, and infuses our lives with the meaning the universe so often fails to provide.
Why'd you stay behind?
House Varun committed itself to the armistice. This was said at the time to be the desire of the Great Serpent, and I do not believe the Serpent decides such things on a whim. So, when my brethren left, I remained, honoring the Serpent's will as I saw fit, as is the right of all his followers.
Why'd the rest of the MV staff leave? Where'd they go?
The affairs of House Varun are our own. They left. That is all there is to be said on the subject.
What's it been like, being from House Varun in New Atlantis?
It was tolerable, even pleasant, when my brethren were here in the embassy with me. We remade this place as best we could into a home we all would recognize. Our native flora, our iconography, our connection to the Serpent, they came with us. With my brethren gone, it has been trying. But the Great Serpent has always provided me a path in my darkest moments.
Alright, Fairly Deputy McIntyre. And any of these plans? Nope.
jetpack damaged or something?
Where's your jetpack?
And my mother wanted me to be a doctor.
Captain, you're back sooner than... Oh, wait. Did you actually succeed? With Radcliffe? And Balmore? We're all in agreement.
Code pieces from House Faroon and Freestar collected and ready to be deployed.
So the old man was still lurking around in there. Fine work, Captain. And now, I've already arranged everything with the archival monitors. When you get down there, the UC monitor will give you instructions on how to deploy the codes. Follow them to the letter. Here, the UC code piece and an archival access card. The entrance is just on the other side of the plaza across from Mast. Absolute best behavior down there, all right?
Right. The archives. Oh, you only just getting here?
Okay. Hello.
By the Freestar Collective's ragtag fleet, both sides decided the time had come to bring the colony war to an end. So, the two parties came together to negotiate the terms of the armistice. Fleet sizes mechs and xeno-weapons out, and all research related to those fields would be kept under lock and key in their own special archive, which actually rests below our feet as we speak. And while these new restrictions transformed the settled systems overnight, entire economies were upended with the flick of a pen. They also marked the start of something critical: cooperation between the United Colonies and the Freestar Collective for the first time in decades. A pledge between the powers for a more harmonious future. Thank you for listening.
Safeguard the past, secure the future.
Captain, we've been expecting you. Please approach the monitoring station and we will go over the rules. Welcome, Captain, to the archives. To proceed, you will need to deposit your codes into the 3 corresponding receptacles. Once they are verified, I will open the door. Your data resides in Unit 18. You will not be able to access any of the other units. Once you've collected your data, return to the entrance. You may insert the first of the archival codes when you're ready to begin.
Okay. 1. Last one.
Unlocking. You may proceed, Captain.
Right, we got what we need.
Howdy.
There you are.
Captain, Deputy told me what went down. Impressive work.
Captain, if you'd be willing to transfer the documents to the Major, she and I have been discussing what comes next.
Right, why do I feel like you're gonna cause trouble?
Time for us to start getting some real answers and figure out if we've been asking the right questions. So whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I made someone a promise. Can you assure me this will be used for good?
Yes. It will be. Percival and I have done our damage. This is us starting to put some things right. So with the data out of the way, we've been discussing where exactly this work's getting done. The Red Devil's headquarters on Mars, back where you found Percival, seemed the natural spot. Already has the equipment, the safety measures. Though it sounded like the deputy had a few more things she needed to discuss with you first.
Indeed. The most important of which is getting you your citizenship.
Then I guess we'll see you on Mars.
Captain, if you'll follow me.
Doesn't add up. Spaceport has anti-Xeno protocols. How the hell does a whole herd of Terramors touch down undetected?
Alright, where are we going?
All right, Captain. Are you ready to become a citizen of the United Colonies?
Yeah, why do I want to be a citizen again?
Well, only citizens can own property in New Atlantis. We also pay a discounted rate at any United Colonies merchant. And all citizens receive an ample credit disbursement upon joining.
This doesn't mean I can't be a citizen elsewhere, does it?
It doesn't. We don't really care where else you might have been or might become a citizen. Once you earn your place in the United Colonies, it's yours.
I'm ready then.
Good. This isn't the only item we need to discuss, so I'll give you the short version. Please raise your hand. Captain, through your actions today and in days past, you have earned your place among the United Colonies. Through service, bravery, strength, and upholding of the mutual good. Will you carry and cultivate these values for as long as you remain a citizen?
I will.
Then, Captain, I'm pleased to welcome you into the United Colonies as a full citizen. Here, your official ID and your citizenship dispensation.
We've also let the Aphelion Realty office out in the plaza know you're approved to purchase property.
Now, the other item we needed to discuss. There's a member of the UC who's asked to speak to you, but this person is in a sensitive position.
Normally, we wouldn't even consider something like this, but we think this person has information that could prove useful in dealing with the Terramorphs. And they've stated they'll only share it with you. They asked for you by name.
So I need your agreement that everything you're about to see is kept in the strictest confidence. You can tell no one. Can you agree to these terms?
Ask for me by name. Who are you talking about?
I'm sorry. I can't share any more without your word. Do I have it?
Take it to my grave.
Let's hope it never comes to that. Head to the elevator. You're going to subsection 7. I'll make sure you're cleared for access by the time you get there.
Can't do that one yet. The hack expert, 3 auto attempts, rings now turn blue when the lock can be spotted. Get out the road. Subsection 7. What are you doing here?
I've lived in New Atlantis almost my entire life, and I had no idea this place even existed. The UC certainly excels at keeping secrets.
Logging authorized entry. Unsealing access. You may proceed down the corridor. But there are no additional visitors permitted. Your friend's gonna have to wait out here.
I'll be fine. You go on ahead.
President Abeyo was kind enough to give me a few files to peruse. Quite the series of accomplishments you've managed. But now you face a foe unlike any other. An invisible enemy, lurking in the shadows. You're going to need all the help you can get, which is why I hoped we could speak. Do you know who I am?
You do look sort of familiar.
Ah, there's a reason for that. Introductions first, though. I'm Francois Sanon, but most know me as Vivictus. I was an admiral during the Colony War. One of its great villains, if you believe the slates. I was to be executed for my crimes, but the previous regime deemed me too valuable to simply discard. So they put me here, a sacrifice on the altar of peace. Even my death served the colonies.
So what'd you do?
To warrant my execution. The official charges I faced after the war were twofold. The first was the destruction of civilian ships during the Battle of Cheyenne, a battle during which those civilian ships were actively attacking my fleet. The other was ordering the bombing of the Londinian spaceport to halt the spread of the Terramorph outbreak there. The city and its citizens were lost, but countless others likely saved. And for doing what was right, I was put on trial. And my life irrevocably changed.
You say faked your death then?
One final act of rebellion by the leadership that lost the Colony War. The trial was authentic. I faced tribunal with dignity, but my execution, staged. A lethal injection that was anything but. The cabinet at the time, long gone now, wished to keep me on as an advisor, and considering the other option, I was in no place to refuse. So I elected to trade my freedom for my continued existence. But such is the life of a soldier. Very astute. That's my daughter. My progeny. You've been working alongside. Has she shared with you the nature of our little family?
You said she was a clone.
Did she? So willing to trust Hadrian. I never did succeed in driving that out of her. Our relationship has always been a challenging one. The Major was born to become a great leader, carry on the legacy I established, and was given all the finest training to support it. And she excelled. But the universe cut all that short. Now, though, it's placed even more crucial work in front of the two of you. And I think I have a part to play in helping you accomplish what you've set out to do.
Tell me more about this program. Finding program.
It was an attempt by the United Colonies to solidify its own legacy, forging a new generation of great leaders. They were raised by adoptive families made up of scholars and tacticians, trained at the United Colonies' greatest scientific and military academies, displayed incredible promise. But by the time the Colony War came to a close, there was only Hadrian. But that's ancient history now. You have much more pressing matters at hand, with which I can help.
I'm listening.
After some long years earning the trust of this current regime, the UC has been permitting me to work alongside one of their recovery teams, helping them gather intelligence on, locate, and organize scenarios to lure in some of the criminals that evaded justice after the Colony War. With quite a few successes, I might add. But in the process, I managed to find something else. The names and locations of Hadrian and Percival's old research team. Valuable manpower for the effort you're about to embark on. I'll tell you where they are, but in exchange, I need something dealt with.
Track down war criminals, people like you. How's that work exactly?
Well, who better to find them? But many of them I knew personally, and I've always had a mind for details. Where someone was born, next of kin. You'd be shocked how often an otherwise brilliant criminal flees to the planet just next to the one where they were born, or where a family member resides. I simply use my own personal knowledge and the information our group collects for me to track them down and set things right.
Go on.
There is a former colleague of mine, a man by the name of Dr. Reginald Orlaise. Like myself and Hadrian, he was involved in some of the United Colony's more problematic lines of research. Mech weapons were his specialty. If it dealt death, he could make a deal more. When the Colony War ended, he fled, refusing to face tribunal, and has continued to peddle his skills to the highest bidder to this day. But I finally found him. I want you to track him down and deal with him, however you're able. I'm not expecting he'll come quietly. Bring me evidence that the job's done, and I'll tell you what I know.
Why have me do this? Why not hand this over to one of the members of the recovery team?
Captain, your files indicate a track record of unlikely successes. It is my genuine hope that, perhaps down the line, you might become a part of our team. And this might be something of a tryout.
How about I arrest him and turn him over to the UC?
You can certainly try, but the man's been out there 20 years. He's likely gone feral by now. Easier for all if you simply blow up his ship and be done with it.
Alright, consider him dust.
Good. According to my information, he's been hiding around the world of Etheria. Wolf system. There's a star station in the vicinity. The Den. The head of the local vanguard, one Captain Marquez, should be able to help you find our man.
Identity verified. You may proceed to the exit.
Alright, let's go.
Captain, did your meeting go well? I hope it's clear now why we needed you to agree to all the secrecy.
Was not prepared for that.
Surprised me too when I learned it. But the prisoner has proven useful over the years, and kept far from any major decision-making. But I do think it's worth re-emphasizing. No one else can know about this. All right?
All right.
Good. Because bringing this up to the outside world would create the unfair appearance, Captain, that you're unhinged. And that's not a good look for any of us. Now, was there something in particular you needed to discuss about what we were just discussing?
Prisoner asked me to deal with Dr. Orlays. Figured you and I should discuss.
Dr. Reginald Orlays? He's finally found him. Of course, killing Orlays is completely out of the question. But bringing him to justice... He's been on the lam for years. That'd be a huge win for the UC. What's being offered in return?
The location of Hadrian's old research team members.
He found the members of the research team. We'd already initiated a search for them, but it'd save a lot of time and manpower if he just gave us that information. Captain, if that's the deal, you have my endorsement. Just so long as you make every effort to bring the man in alive. Now, was there anything else you wanted to discuss regarding your meeting?
Yeah, I'm supposed to head to the den. Anything you can tell me about it?
The Den? It's a star station. Orbiting Wolf, the second star station actually to bear that title. The first one was blown to smithereens by House Varun during the Serpent's Crusade. The place has always acted as a remote strategic hub, primarily for repairing and refueling UC military vessels. But because of its distance from the rest of the UC, things there have always been a little more lax. Patrols included. I can think of worse places in the galaxy for a criminal to hide out.
Alright, that's it.
Then I'll bid you good day, Captain, and remind you of the importance of discretion.
Hey, Vasco.
How can I be of service, Captain?
Get on the ship.
That was fun. Now what?
Yes, your immaculateness. What can I do for you?
Alright, back off. And
This is UC Space. You are cleared to dock with the Den.
alright, we're coming in. Go.
The UC did a hell of a job piecing this station back together after the Serpent's Crusade rolled through.
Hello.
Hey, Vasco.
You should inspect your ship for heat leeches every couple landings.
Well, this station's seen better days. I wonder if the UC will ever fully restore it to its former glory.
You just stand at the door saying how good it was.
Looking to lodge a complaint? Then you want UC security, not the Vanguard.
Yeah, actually, I'm with the Vanguard Super Ed Ultra, Captain.
Oh, so you are. Sorry about that, Captain. People mistake us for peacekeepers most days. Wasn't expecting someone from the actual military. So, what can I do for you?
Oh, I need to get to Etheria.
Etheria? Not an area that gets a lot of visitors. You mind me asking what you're looking for?
It's a sensitive mission. I can't say too much.
Ah, mom's the word then. Well, Etheria is not hard to get to. Only the 2 planets orbiting Wolf. But all you're going to find out there is ice, scrap, and... oh. The Warlock. Say no more. I can give you some coordinates that should get you headed where you need to go. But, if you're really going out there, you'll want to be extra cautious. That part of Etheria's orbit's plenty hazardous.
Anything I should know about the Den?
Things you should know? The Den's not really that kind of place. This is a quiet assignment. Keep an eye out for pirates, make sure smuggling's kept to a minimum, occasional rescue job out in the debris fields. Otherwise, it's mostly long haulers and staying ready for the day the Collective wants another round, or House Varun comes back in force.
Anything else you can tell me about the Warlock?
I honestly thought it was just a storyboard haulers told each other to keep themselves amused. Huh. Makes you wonder, though. Ships have been disappearing in those fields for years. Going theory on why was a combination of old ordnance and Etheria's gravity disappearing them. But maybe someone's been helping them over the ledge.
What's so dangerous about that part of Etheria's orbit?
Well, the original Den Star Station was destroyed decades ago during the Serpent's Crusade by marauding House Varun zealots. Big part of the remains from those battles ended up gathering around Etheria, forming a nasty debris field. Every now and then, some headstrong scrapper comes limping back because they hit an 80-year-old mine. Or sometimes they don't come back at all.
Alright, I'll take those coordinates.
Sure thing. Here. This should get you pointed in the right direction. Good hunting. And stay safe.
a shift.
Just give the word and we'll get underway.
I'm in the mood for a mocha macchiato. How about...
Alright, let's go get this warlock. Sneak up on him. Don't have anything around the hole. Right. Turn all this down so we can get in closer. Getting close enough I can take out the engines. Alright, 2,000 meters out. How close can I get to him? Alright, we got a lock. I got lock. Yeah, power up laser, power up ballistic, power up missiles. Yeah, shields.
For the field. Savor your last moments. Watch all systems. Shoot them down.
Engines down! Obviously, this is your plan to play. I took out engines offline!
Right, take his guns out first. Three of the missiles. We'll go straight in this time. Shields at 100.
Oh, is this you've brought me? More scrap for the field. Savor your last moments. Watch all systems. Shoot them down.
Ah, I didn't want to do that. This one. Alright, lasers. Lasers. And them down. Lasers all the way up. Oh, we don't really need them. Here I come.
With Doc. I'm sure whoever's in that ship will be thrilled to see you.
They will. Let's go.
Captain Cornelius, hello. I am satisfied to see that you survived your most recent sleep cycle. Captain Cornelius, do you require my assistance?
File deletion cannot be completed. Ending process.
Okay, right. Not sure what he did there. See if we can do it again. Or does he always just kill himself? I'll get the engines.
Endless boy, who is this you've brought me? More scrap for the field. Savor your last moments, Moat. All systems
charge up, charge up, charge up. Go, 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 go. That's not what I wanted. Engines down. Ah, what do you keep blowing up for? Maybe my lasers are too strong? Who knows? Super annoying. Okay, turn them down. Ballistics down, shield off. Try and get up behind him. I'm over behind him now. I'm gonna come around right on top of him. Alright, he still doesn't know I'm here. Serious. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Knock it all the way up and then can't even get close. Alright. Engines.
Endless boy, who is this you've brought me? More scrap for the field. Savor your last moments, moat. All systems. Shoot them down.
Seriously. Alright. The only way to... if I can turn down that. See if we can get away with that. Still shields on. Maybe turning our lasers down.
Endless boy, who is this you've brought me? More scrap for the field. Savor your last moments, moat. All systems. Shoot them down. It was a mistake coming here.
Why is this thing not blowing up? Alright, so I'll use the ballistics on the engines, see if that's any better.
Endless boy, who is this you've brought me? More scrap for the field. Savor your last moments, moat. All systems. Shoot them
else is shooting at me then? There was something else there that was just shooting at me. Quick, get him. Move. Move fast, go.
Pilot emergency detected. Hatch override engaged. Error. File deletion. Cannot be completed. Ending process.
Wonder if we can help him. Somehow. Not sure how. Health him right up on him, maybe.
well our equipment is going to handle this heat.
We'll see. All done. If I can get away.
There's a huge difference between being prepared and carrying too much.
Here you go, whinging again, sitting around doing nothing.
Captain Cornelius. Greetings.
Greetings. There's nothing here.
Let me know when you're ready to launch.
I think, what would you do in my shoes? Not...
Right. I've got something I gotta get rid of. See if we can avoid powering up grab drive. No, we're not. Alright, here we go.
Another successful jump!
This is United Colony
No
Space.
distance
Maintain
too far
current course
for
while we
you,
scan for
Captain.
contraband. Hunter?
Our scan detected contraband on board. Halt and prepare to be boarded. All illegal and stolen goods will be confiscated.
Yeah, I'll go quietly.
UC security always gets you in the end. Remember that.
Yeah, remember that. You took XP off me?
What?
I'll pay the fine next time.
Just the Terramorph attack.
Oh, chip.
I'm lucky to still be here.
Wow. All my XP.
You're in the Vanguard, right? Hey, thanks for your service.
Contrary to what you might have heard, UC security personnel are good people. And Sergeant Yumi just happens to be my friend.
Alright, 5,000 meters.
Hey.
Hey.
Authorized personnel home. Everyone has to stay here.
Welcome back, Captain. Do you have some news for me regarding Dr. Olays?
I do. Tried to bring him in, but he took his own life.
I'm not surprised. The man fled every consequence he ever faced. Of course, you don't expect me to just take you at your word, do you?
I found his ID.
Excellent. Please, deposit it in the transfer system.
Transfer accepted.
Would you look at that? Kept it all these years. Some simply couldn't let go of that old world. This is fine work, Captain. I can ensure the remaining team members find their way to the Red Devil's headquarters. Except for one. That one you'll need to collect yourself. His name is Kaiser. You can find him on the Freestar world of Nira, wandering the battlefield there. The area was ground zero for xeno-weapon deployments during the war, so I would arm yourself appropriately. And I think you'll want to check in with Hadrian and Dr. Walker before paying it a visit. Kaiser will likely have security protocols you'll need their help to overcome.
What are you helping? Why are you helping us with this?
I dedicated my life to the United Colonies. Every effort of my being to their protection. I even gave them my heirs. Even if my circumstances have changed, my purpose has not.
Yeah, security patrols. Wait, is this Kaiser guy a robot?
A military Model A, yes. Specifically customized for the needs of the Xeno warfare team during the Colony War. A powerful resource, if you can recover him.
Thanks for the information.
Of course. We're protecting the galaxy, Captain. We'll need every tool at our disposal.
Personnel only. Your friend has to stay here.
Can I help? Sounds good. Lead on.
Alright, let's go home, stash this. To the lodge.
Had a question?
By the way, Captain, Sergeant
Right, a fifth of the way there.
Mind bunking on the ship, but nothing is better than unwinding in your own quarters.
Okay, for all this stuff. Alright. Left here. Good enough. All right. Till next time.